starring Lee Marvin.
Broken promises. Okay, Alice. Now you can sleep. Sleep as long as you want.
Irene! I'm back at last. How about a bite to eat before we go to bed? I got something. Ooh, come on over and give me a hand. I got something to show you, too.
The third in 5 months had been strangled, and that meant another long night for me. Central Homicide was shorthanded, so they asked for an M Squad man to fill in on the precinct team. I was elected and sent to the dead girl's house. My name is Frank Ballinger, Detective Lieutenant, M Squad, a special detail of the Chicago Police. The problem was to get some information out of Doris Holt, who might have seen the man.
Yes, but I don't know who he was. I've told you that twice already. I was working on the floor as always. I didn't see her leave.
Frank, this is Doris Holt.
Hi, Miss Holt. I'm Frank Ballinger.
There more questions?
I'm afraid so.
I'm so tired.
Was the coffee hot? Thanks. You don't have to be brave for me, Miss Holt. You lost a very dear friend.
She was such a swell kid. We'd only been here about 3 months. She wanted to sing. I'm a dancer, but nobody was having us, thank you very much. So we take a job as hostesses at the Academy Ballroom.
It's a living. The man out in the hall, what did he look like?
Just a man. I think he was carrying something under his arm.
Was he, tall, short, fat, or skinny?
When you work in a dance factory, they all begin to look the same. There's not much light in the hall outside. Anyway, I was so beat, all I could think I was getting my shoes off.
Well, could you, describe the package to me?
The other policeman said something about the woman upstairs heard Irene playing Blue Indigo over and over.
Blue Indigo?
It's an oldie, but Irene never had that record. I know all her records. Maybe he was carrying a record. I don't know. Please, can I be alone now? I'm trying to get some sleep, huh?
Well, of course. I'm sorry to have intruded. Well, Sergeant Davis will be staying with you. She's the policewoman outside.
Why?
Well...
What? Am I in danger?
Oh, no.
Should I get out of...
No, it's just that we want to make sure that you're not in danger. So, good night. Oh, and thanks for the coffee.
One hand picked this up outside in the gutter. Somebody either dropped it or broke it. No record, huh?
Blue Indigo. No old shellac 78 job. Okay, I'll take it down to the lab and run it through for prints. 3 and 5 months. Linda Wayne, Nora Brown, Irene Wilson. They were all blondes, all under 30. They didn't know each other.
Oh, fine. So we look for some guy who likes blondes under 30. How many men in Chicago do you think fill that bill, Frank?
Probably every male in Chicago, including myself.
All right, so what have we got? 3 dead girls. Some pieces from a broken phonograph record, and not one single little print from that girl's
Yeah, but we
flat.
do have one link. They all worked in dance halls.
Oh, is that supposed to be news? Now, I'm going to check out some more offenders again. We're going to keep a close watch on these dance halls on the chance that he might show up.
All right, Doctor, you're the psychiatrist. What goes on in the mind of a man who strangles 3 women all at the same time?
Well, I'd have to know a lot about him to be specific, but I think in general you could say he's a man who's striking back against somebody who's rejected him, hurt him deeply, caused him great humiliation.
Yeah, but why does bluesy music have to be part of the act?
Could have been playing in the background at the time he experienced this rejection. He plays it again because, well, he wants to suffer. And the suffering makes him angry, and then he wants to strike out and avenge the humiliation and the rejection, so he kills.
Well, why does he have it in for, gals that are blondes and all under 30?
Well, not all women, just those that look like the one who hurt him originally caused this condition.
Yeah, but every man loses, a chance or gains or love or something. Why?
Yeah, but some of them never learn to adjust, never learn how to handle the matter properly. Goes back to, a personality defect that's probably started in childhood. Some of them are mother's boys.
Mother's boy?
Frank, the lab just phoned. They got a nice clean print off one of those pieces from the phonograph record.
Now we're getting somewhere.
And the print was Linda Wayne's.
Wow.
Linda Wayne?
Yeah, she was the first girl strangled. Well, that ties our man in with cases 1 and 3. He was at Irene's last night. Maybe if we did a rundown of stores that handle old records like Blue Indigo.
No, we'll play it the other way.
He gave me a list of men to check out. All of them had convictions for annoying women. For a second, I thought he wanted me to go after every offender in town. But the names were limited to men who had an interest in music. I couldn't argue the point. It was the only lead we had. It was just a routine checkout on a lot of pathetic guys. You can understand their problems, and then you hate them when they go berserk. They should be getting treatment, forced to get it. But responsible people like relatives and close friends have other ideas. I located one of them, a real estate broker. He had 2 charges against him. Mr. Ballinger?
What's the charge this time?
No charge, just checking.
Well, I've been keeping out of trouble. Not that I don't like women. I think they're fun.
Can you account for your time last night?
Last night? Oh, certainly. Last night I went to a meeting of my district real estate board. Had a couple of beers with the boys. I was in the sack by 2 a.m. A little loaded, I may add.
Yeah, what were some of their names?
Well, one of them was the doctor I used to see.
Oh, yeah, and going over your parole report, I see that you were supposed to have seen him for a year.
Yes, well, I got busy, and then I didn't have the money. But I'm all right, really I am. He helped me an awful lot. Honest, I'm trying.
Yeah. What about some of the names?
Well, there was...
Another typical case was Henry Edom, who lived with his devoted mother. He was a music lover like the others.
And you know truly, Mr. Ballinger, the only reason my son got into those difficulties before was because of the wrong kind of friends.
Well, how did that happen, Mrs. Edom?
I don't know. It was my neglect, probably. Henry is such a sensitive boy. He always was, ever since his father died when he was only 5. Just think of it. I've always had him with me. Except, of course, during his military service and that time he was in trouble over that girl.
That was after he left his wife.
Yes. Oh, Henry, darling. Darling, this is Mr. Ballinger from the police department.
How do you do?
We've been talking about you.
What can we do for you, sir?
Well, I was wondering, did you ever take the treatment the psychiatrist recommended?
Treatment? Why, that was one of the most ridiculous suggestions I ever heard.
Well, it was a little steep for people in modest circumstances like us.
But we told you that we could arrange so it would cost you nothing.
He doesn't need treatment any more than I do. I told you why he got into trouble.
Can you account for your time last night?
Yes, I was right here.
We watched television till about 11:30. Then we went to bed.
You didn't go out after that?
No, he didn't. I would have heard him.
All right, thank you for your cooperation.
I won't have this. These accusations and suspicions. Just because my son was in trouble once, he is not mentally disturbed.
Mrs. Edom, everybody is capable of becoming mentally disturbed.
There is no insanity in our family.
That night, Doris Holt and I did the dance halls on the outside chance that she might recognize a man she remembered seeing with Irene, the dead girl's date. It took courage, and Doris had it. We did them all, the big ones, the little ones. It sounded like a good assignment, but it had its drawbacks if you weren't in training for marathon dancing. A few times, Doris thought she saw a face, and then she said no. She couldn't spot Irene's date, which meant we weren't getting any closer to the man who strangled the dance hall girls. And I thought my feet would drop off. I'd never used them so much since I quit pounding a beat. We must have danced 100 miles. First time in years that I was ever glad to see a girl home.
I was scared stiff every second. Could have been watching us.
Well, don't get me wrong, but I hope he was. We see if we can get him to take chances, and that'll give us a chance to get at him. And we gotta get at him fast, otherwise there'll be another dead girl. Well, Sergeant Davis, I presume?
Well, it's about time you two got home.
Any phone calls?
No, wrong number about 5 minutes ago. He woke me up, and you should have heard what he called me for being the wrong party.
Well, thank you, Frank. I'm sorry I was such a poor date.
Well, you've been wonderful. Thank you very much.
You go home and get some sleep.
Sleep? What's that?
Can I get you a cup of something?
Oh, thank you. Bed. Lots and lots of bed.
If it's that guy again.
Okay. Hello? Who is it? Nobody there.
Doris Holt? Is this Doris Holt?
Yes. Who's this?
You think you know me? That's why you went looking for me tonight.
No. No, I don't know you.
You know something. You had a cop with you.
I've never seen you. Never.
It doesn't matter. You're not going to hurt me. I won't let you.
Well, how could she? If you're scared to death, she couldn't remember anything.
Well, it might have been the real guy. Then again, it might have been some crank.
Yeah.
Anyway, we've got a tracer hooked onto her phone now, so if he calls again, we'll be able to locate the phone he uses. It might help.
That's a good idea, because, boy, whoever it was, she was terrified.
Hello? Yes? Now, go on. Woman owns a record shop. Can't you tell me what it is? Uh-huh. All right, we'll have a man out there right away. Yeah. Well, thank you for calling. Woman says she has something about Irene Wilson.
Well, what is it?
She wouldn't say. Did say there was a record stolen from her place this morning. Blue Indigo.
A stolen record. This looked like a lead. The saleswoman had described several men who'd been in her shop. I wanted to alert all points. Of course, it could have been a petty theft or a shoplifter. But if it was the man that we wanted, we had something. And if the doctor was right, he had to have another copy of Blue Indigo to make him suffer. Maybe to kill again. We had to stop him. When I got back, a man named James Kennington was hot. They'd picked him up through the phone trace. He just called Doris and used some terrifying language to her.
I don't know why I did it. I'm so ashamed.
You know Doris Holt?
Oh, no, of course not.
Where'd you get her phone number?
From information. Oh, please, you've got to believe me. It was just a joke.
That kind of language to a girl you don't know, your idea of a joke?
I don't know what came over me. Look, can't we square this somehow? I swear I'll never do this kind of a thing again.
Hold it a second.
Asked me to come down here.
Have you ever seen this man before?
Yes, it's Mr. Kenneton,
Kenneton?
manager of a dress shop. Irene and I bought some clothes there.
You knew Irene? He's the man who phoned you half an hour ago.
I'm not surprised, considering what goes on in his place.
All right, on your feet. Come on your feet. Now turn around. Put your hat on.
No, he wasn't the man in the hallway.
You're positive.
Very positive. The other man was shorter.
Take him out and book him under disorderly conduct.
Oh, no. Please. This will kill my mother.
Yeah, we should have thought of that in the first place. Come on. You know, the psychiatrist said something about mother's boys. How'd you like to take a look at some people with me?
Rather not. Please. No, don't make me.
All right, I'll get a squad car and have you taken home. And I went back to talk to Henry Edom.
You must not disturb my son. He's taking his nap. Now, why have you come here? He's not a criminal.
I wanted to find out about his interest in records, music.
He is very fond of the classics. I gave him a hi-fi set for his room.
By any chance, does he have any popular records, things like Blue Indigo?
How dare you? Trying to implicate him in that girl's death. No, he does not have Blue Indigo.
You know the tune.
Yes, I remember it. It is not his kind of music.
I'd like to see him now, please.
No. No, I won't have him disturbed. He's had enough tragedy in his life already. I will not have him persecuted. I must ask you to leave right now.
Good day.
Any matches in here, Ma?
Henry, the other night, you did go out after we went to bed. I heard you go out.
Well, I had to get some cigarettes. I was gone about 15 minutes.
The big city dance halls with its paid hostesses serve lonely men and couples who like to dance. I'd arranged to meet Doris at the Academy Ballroom for another round of looking for the man. She was terrified, but wanted to help. We had to be careful, for I knew that she was the bait for a trap that we somehow hoped to spring. Hi, Doris. Thanks for giving us this break.
It's so hard to come here. This is where I work.
Oh, I was talking to the manager, and he understands the spot you're in, so he said not to worry about your job or anything like that. Oh. What is this? I was just going to ask you for a dance.
He's here.
You see him?
I gotta get out of here.
Jordan. Check with the band leader and see who requested that tune and see if you can spot him. This might be the break we've been looking for.
What's the beef? I ain't stepping on anybody's feet.
Well, it's police, he says. What?
This is the fella. He asked the band to play it.
Is that a federal offense?
Hey, why don't you tell me about it?
I got a sense of humor. I read it in the papers. So what? I'm fracturing some new law, maybe?
Yeah. Well, get Doris and bring her here, would you?
Hey, look, I don't want no scenes, boys. I got friends around here, you know.
You do. Where is she? Well, she's with May Davis. Well, where'd they go?
Frank, she slipped in there. I went after her, but she's run away. She told one of her pals she can't stand it anymore.
You better get after her. She can't be left alone for a second.
She told one of the girls about moving to a hotel.
A hotel? Well, get him downtown. A hotel? Which one?
I don't know.
Well, come on, let's go.
Yes. Yes. Well, keep at it. Cover the next zone. She hasn't been recognized in any hotel near the ballroom.
Well, I guess I overplayed my hand, huh?
Well, you couldn't know she'd go haywire.
Well, I should have been prepared for anything.
Hey, maybe she went home.
Well, I hope so. She did. Sergeant Davis was waiting for her.
Sergeant Davis, what happened?
Remember, Alice? When you're tired, you don't want the phone to bother you. Remember? That's what you did when you were tired of me.
Got every available car in town looking for her. You know, if she went home, she'd have called you. She has sense enough for that.
She has sense enough to call me from a hotel, too. Line's still busy.
Maybe May Davis is trying to get you. Yes, ma'am?
Oh, Mrs. Edom.
My boy is sick. He's mentally disturbed. I know it now. I just hope it's not too late. I tried to tell myself that he couldn't do such a thing. But the awful way he talked to me today when he lost his temper.
Well, too late for what, Mrs. Edom?
When you came to my home, I didn't know. I didn't know about the record. He stole one this morning. He admitted it to me. When he left tonight, he took the record with him.
You have a mean streak in you, Alice. I'll never forgive you for dying. Dying before I could punish you. For all the pain you gave me.
My name isn't Alice. Please try to understand that.
You're not a very good liar. Do you remember that night? The time you told me I bored you. How tired you were of me. And it was almost like the time up at the lake. But you were cruel to me that night, saying things to hurt me.
His marriage was not right. It was not a happy one. Nobody understood Henry like I did. He needed me. But he seemed so much better after he left Alice.
Where is she now?
She died. Pneumonia.
Still busy. Charlie, Ballinger. Look, will you cut on that tracer on the Holt line? I want to hear what's going on. Let's go.
Now the music frightens you. And being afraid, that hurts too. Doesn't it?
No.
Doesn't it?
No. No, please, no.
Doesn't it?
No. No, please, no.
Let go of her, Edom! Doris. Doris.
Thank God you stopped me.
Henry Edom drew a life sentence and was committed to an institution where he received psychiatric treatment. Doris Holt owes her life to his mother, who finally became aware of her responsibility. Action taken in time can often prevent tragedies like the Blue Indigo murders in any city.
Be sure to tune in again next week for another exciting story from the files of M Squad.